Good morning, everyone. Merry stupid o'clock and fuck this Sunday. We're going back to that horrible world known as the JRC, but before we do, a usual disclaimers and real life note. So, you know how I drill into you all how important routine is to us autistics? Let me give you a little life lesson in how important it is. So, every morning I get up at stupid o'clock. I have the same routine every single day. I get up, I exercise, and do my meditating, and then I get dressed, and then I set up my computer for work. This morning made that fucking impossible. None of my apps are pulling up for work. My VPN is not pulling up for work. And I am this close to losing my shit and going into complete meltdown. Complete meltdown, folks. So yeah, if you want to know what can trigger self-injurious behaviors in autistics, that's one of those things. That is one of those things. I recommend a heavy dose of kava tea. All right, folks, in the description box, you're going to see a link to the article that the JRC does not want you to read. It is written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started for autistics by autistics. In this article, they interviewed over 900 ABA professionals for all over the world in regards to the JRC's quote-unquote treatment program. They don't want you to read this article so much that they have threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit. If they did not remove it from the website, NeuroClastic has, disinclined to acquiesce to their request, to quote pirates, all right? So, share on all your social media, give it the clicks it needs, and let's help it go viral, all right? Also, down at the bottom of we also have their public statement in regards to the defamation lawsuits threat, and down at the bottom we have their GoFundMe link. We are crowdfunding, folks, just in case the JRC has the balls to see through their threat. We also have got the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. Also, folks, we have the links in regards to the situation at the Agape boarding school. Please look into those and share them. It looks like we've got our own Judge Rotenberg Center in Missouri, okay? These boys need our help. This place needs shut the hell down. All right, folks, when we discuss the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones. And folks, it is 5:36 a.m. in the morning. I am obviously extremely pissed off. So if I stumble over my words or just go into explicitives, apologies in advance, all right? So let's go to where we left off yesterday with their insane food contingent program. Read a statement. Vitamins and minerals of particular concerns are protein, iron, zinc, vitamin B12, calcium, vitamin D, riboflavin, vitamin A, N3, fatty acids, and iodine. All of these nutrients, with the exception of B12, are plentiful in the varied plant-based diet. Regarding vitamin B12, JRC students receive a multivitamin each day that takes care of that requirement. No, it doesn't, JRC. No, it doesn't. You don't get to use a multivitamin in substitution of food. The hell is wrong with you? Okay? What they're telling you, and this is the point, is that their food needs to include B12. They're not telling you and say, oh yes, you have an exception because you have a multivitamin. No, they obviously know about the multivitamin. They're saying it needs to be included in their food. Not to mention, most multivitamins do not have B12. Why do I know this? I'm on multivitamins. I have to buy B12 separately, and it's not fucking cheap. Okay? You the fucking point. but it's a plant-based diet. Quit again, and I cannot fucking emphasize this quite enough. Pushing your fucking agenda on kids. You are a school. You follow the school food program, period. Period, period, period. And no, saying, well, if they follow their contracts, they can choose me. And we even cater in sometimes is not the win you think it is. And saying that, well, they have chicken in their makeup meal, you mean the one that you cover in fucking liver powder that nobody with sensory issues is going to fucking eat? Not the win you think it is. I'll say it again. Alright? Coming from survivors of this school, they feel like they are starving all the time. The fact that you use food as a method to control people is right out of the playbook of I don't even know. That's like out of the Nazi playbook. It's out of a terrorist playbook. It's out of a torturer's playbook. Okay? Although the NYSED June report addresses their unfounded concerns about deficiencies in vitamins, minerals, and calories, unfounded my ass. It shows no concern about two of the biggest deficiencies to the American diet: fiber and antioxidants, both which can only be obtained through plant foods, cannot be obtained through refined foods without supplementation, both of which are plentiful in the JRC menu plan. Nobody gives a shit about fiber, JRC, when they're starving, okay? When I am starving and I need food and I haven't eaten all day, my first thought isn't, but I had this for breakfast and was plant-based and it had all the fiber. Doesn't help, all right? The major health problems facing blah, blah, blah. Okay, we read some of this yesterday. Let's go to 83. A review of the 4 nutritional assessments of individuals on contingent and specialized food programs did not indicate that any of these students were receiving multivitamin. All students receive a multivitamin as prescribed by JRC's physician, so it is not mentioned by the JRC's nutritionist in the nutritional assessments. Why? If you are using a multivitamin, let's be devil's advocate here, as a replacement for food, why wouldn't that be mentioned and noted in the nutritional assessment? We don't like just givens, okay? We want the paperwork. You all tote how great you are at paperwork all the time, yet you always seem to leave shit out. Conveniently. Had the review team asked for JRC, they then would have been given this information, and this information is also in each student's medical records at the JRC. You seem to forget the fact that when we're in these offices, we already have access to their medical records. They're real ones, not the ones you doctor. They're real ones from actual outside doctors. Okay? Also, records-wise, if you're using a multivitamin as a replacement for nutrients not given in food, why the hell wouldn't that have been listed in their food plan? Just saying. Food warmers and chillers are provided for students on contingent food. Again, since this concern was never mentioned to the JRC during the interview, this information was not passed on to the reviewer team. Again, we're not here to ask you questions. We've asked you questions. You've lied to our faces. By the time we're coming there, we don't want your excuses and we don't want your lies. When we send teams in like this, we have experts in each of the fields that we're concerned about. They would know to look for food warmers. Okay? They would know to look for these things. Well, if you just would have asked us, we could have told you. We're done with you told us. You could have told us. No, you do not understand the point of these visits. Talking is over. Enough complaints and files of abuse have been filed. Enough court cases have gone through that talking is done. Done. We know what to look for when we're going into these homes, JRC. You're treating us as though we're stupid and we don't know our jobs and we don't know what we're supposed to do. So what we're supposed to do is ask you, and you will benevolently tell us and clear up any quote-unquote misunderstandings. It's not how it works, JRC. That is not how it works at all. When we come, we know what to look for. And no, we don't want you to explain anything. You've had your chance. When we come in, we know exactly what we're looking for. And guess what? If food warmers would have been there to keep the food warm, we would have noticed that shit. All right? On that note, I'm going to go ahead and close out. We don't get very many reviews on this channel, especially on this subject. The few that we do get do tend to get removed from time to time. So please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this morning. As always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.